Hello family, I am back with another cooking video, and in this one I'm going to show you how I like to make my vegan lasagna. So in plate number one, I have onions, garlic, Italian seasoning, which includes marjoram, rosemary, basil, thyme, savory, oregano, and sage. That is cayenne pepper, and I have fresh basil and thyme. Plate number two has celery and carrots chopped up. And in this plate, I have 2 packs of vegan sausage from the company Beyond Meat. Here I have cashews soaking in boiling water. This is going to make like a creamy risotto. And then I have 2 plates here of zucchini, which will act like the noodles. We're not using actual noodles, but using zucchini for the noodles. So let's get to the first step. I should also add that these are not all the ingredients, but these were the ingredients that required some prepping, whether it was chopping or whatever. I know some of these didn't need anything, but I didn't want the plate to look empty, so I added those. But there are more ingredients, and I will share those as we journey on together with the cooking. So here you can see that I'm sauteing the onions and garlic. They've been in the pan for about 4 minutes, and I'm going to add in the carrots and celery next. Now I'm just mixing in everything together. So the carrots and celery and garlic and onions were cooking together just under about 10 minutes, and now I've added the vegan sausage, fresh basil, thyme, cayenne pepper, and the Italian seasoning, and I'm going to mix everything in. So this is what we're looking like with everything together so far, and I'm going to let this cook down maybe for 5-6 minutes, and I'll be back with the next step. Okay, so this has been cooking for about 6-7 minutes. Next I'm going to be adding 1 can of San Marzano type tomatoes, and I'm going to be adding in an entire can of tomato paste. Honestly, you probably don't need to use the entire can of tomato paste, but because I don't make a lot of pasta type products very often and I don't want it just to waste in the fridge, I'm going to use the entire thing. So now I'm going to get my wooden spoon here, and I'm just going to start mashing up everything and integrating it into the rest of the dish. So I've mixed in the tomatoes, the tomato paste, and I added about a cup of vegetable broth. If you prefer just to add water, that's also another option. And I'm gonna let this simmer maybe for about 6-7 minutes. And then I'll be back with the next steps. Okay, so next step is to make the cashew risotto. How we make that is we're gonna take the cashews. I've taken about half of the cashews that I had soaking and add them in the blender with some water, and then spices on top include salt, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, and cayenne pepper. And we're going to blend that together, and it should come out nice and silky and smooth. And then we'll repeat for the second half batch of the cashews that I have. So I would say this is the consistency that you're looking for the cashew risotto. Be sure to taste it, and if you need to add salt or any other seasonings, be sure to add that. You don't want your food to be under-seasoned. Okay, so now we're going to start making the lasagna. I took some of the sauce from here, and I just put it at the bottom of my dish just to cover it. And now we're gonna add a layer of the zucchinis. So I'll be back to show you what that looks like. Okay, so here is 1 layer of the zucchinis down in the dish, and I'm gonna add in some of the vegan meat sauce and then add some cheese. So that's the layer of the meat sauce, the vegan meat sauce, I should say. So this is the cheese that I'm using. It's called Veal Life Mozzarella Style. It's a dairy-free cheese, and I just added that to the dish. And next will be the cashew risotto. And here's the layer of the risotto. So now we have added all of the layers once, and we're gonna keep repeating until we get to the top. Okay, so we're back, and now the lasagna is completed. It just needs to go into the oven. I was able to make 2 layers, and I ended with just zucchinis at the top, and I sprinkled on some of the dairy cheese. So the oven is preheated 400 degrees and for about 30 minutes. So if you have any leftover cashew risotto sauce and the vegan meat sauce, I like to put them together, mix them up, and eat it just like that in a bowl. It actually tastes really good, minus the zucchini and the cheese. But if you want to add the cheese in, go for it. But just like this, these two taste really good together. All right, so welcome back, and this is the final product. So I baked it at 400 degrees for 30 minutes, and I let it sit in the oven for several hours. I think you get the best cuts when it's cold. So I will take a slice, and you can see what it looks like inside. Okay, so I took a really small piece because I want to make sure that I taste this for all of you. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to get a piece of the zucchini, a piece of the vegan sausage, sauce, cheese, everything. Okay, let's give this a try. Oh my goodness, y'all, this is too good. The flavors come together so nicely, especially the cashew risotto, the sauce, the vegetables, the seasoning. You gotta make this. Definitely gonna become a new favorite in your household. All right, thanks for watching, y'all.